Hello and welcome to Verbling. I'm teacher Oakley. I apologize for the late start. Had some red lights on the old router. Whoops! Lost connection for 5 minutes. My apologies, but better late than never, I suppose. Okay, in this class we are going to be looking at everyday conversational slang, learning a little vocabulary and how and when we use these very common slang words and abbreviations. Okay, let me welcome students to the class. Hello, Salwa.
Hello, Clay.
Hello again. And Christian is with us again. Hi, Christian.
Hi, teacher. Again.
Hi again. Okay. Is it Demas? Is that you?
Yeah, it's
Yeah. Hi, okay. Hi, Demas. Welcome to the class.
Yes, thanks.
Okay. Talis is also with us. Hi, Talis.
Hi.
Hi. Okay.
How are you
Great.
doing?
I'm
Again?
still again. Okay. Again. And also Ken has joined us. Hey there, Ken. How are you doing today?
I'm fine. How are you?
Well, I'm good. Hungry, but other than that, very good. Okie doke. Let's get started. Alrighty, we're, in addition to learning the slang, talking about a little bit and its usage, we'll also be doing some simple sentence construction today. So here we go. I'm going to do a screen share and try to work with you with these common everyday slangs. Okay. Well, real quick before we get started, we've had a couple folks join us, so I want to welcome Carolina to the class. Hi, Carolina.
Hello, teacher. Again.
Hi, welcome back. And also V. Hi, V. Long time no see.
Yeah, long time no see. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you doing?
I'm really good.
Really
nice to see
good.
you again.
Okay.
Yeah, really good.
Really good. That's terrific. Okay, let's look at these everyday slangs and see if we can use them in sentences. Salwa, I'm going to start with you. Hairy. What?
Harry.
Hairy. Okay. What is the dictionary definition of hairy? Do you know that much?
No.
No. Well, it's hair
Yeah.
with Y. You know what hair is, okay?
Yes.
Hairy, dictionary definition, not slang, would just mean something or someone with a lot of hair. That's it. That's it. The slang meaning, however, is a little different. For example, the taxi ride from the airport was kind of hairy. Okay, not a lot of hair. Different meaning. What do you think I mean when I say the taxi ride was kind of hairy?
Taxi ride.
Sorry?
Taxi. You said taxi ride.
Taxi ride, yeah.
I don't know.
No idea. Okay. Well, the idea is that something is frightening, dangerous, risky, scary. Some places taxi drivers are notoriously dangerous and scary drivers. Okay. So that's the meaning of the slang. Can you try to use it in a sentence, Salwa? See if
Yeah. This horror film was really hairy.
Okay. All right. Okay. Um, well, all right. Now this is okay, but I need to explain a little further. We never would use hairy as an adjective for a person because then automatically the listener would assume that the person has a lot of hair, and it wouldn't make sense. He's a really hairy man. Okay, if he's scary, you'd say he's a really scary man. So that's not going to work. As an object, this doesn't work, but as an experience, it does. Watching the horror film was really hairy would actually make more sense because then you'd be talking about the experience. We use hairy to talk about an experience or an action. Okay, so this would actually make a lot more sense. Watching the horror film was really hairy. All right, so the experience of watching it. That's actually better. So you wouldn't say the car was really hairy. You would say the car ride was really hairy, right? Not the taxi was hairy, but the taxi ride, the experience of riding. Basically, that's how that works. Okay, moving on. Let me quickly welcome Rolessa to the class. Hi, Rolessa. Welcome back. And howdy, howdy. And then we'll continue with Christian. Christian, a gas bag. Do you have any idea what a gas bag is?
I don't know, but it sounds like, I don't know, a bag with gas.
A bag with gas. Well, that okay. Logically speaking, physically. Now, many slangs have a dictionary normal everyday meaning, like hairy has its dictionary meaning and its slang meaning. Gas bag really is kind of just slang. A gas bag refers to a person, Christian.
Okay.
All right. It goes along with the idea is he's full of gas, he's full of hot air. Do you know what that means? If I say, I tried to listen to Donald Trump's speech, but he's such a gas bag. Or I could say he's so full of hot air. He talks too much, and not only that, there's another element that they talk nonsense, meaningless, without a point, insubstantial. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Or even possibly telling lies, telling untruths, just incomplete thoughts or not, important information omitted, unreliable information. All right. You want to try to use it in a sentence?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. Thanks.
Well, I I hate that person because he is a gasbag.
uh, yeah. Okay. Nothing wrong with that. All right. And I think you've got the meaning. It's very common to say when we're going to use a derogatory term for someone, slang or otherwise, it's very common in English to say he's such a gas bag. Okay.
Okay.
All right. He's such a dweeb. He's such an idiot. Okay, whatever it is. All right. Yeah. Okay, but yeah. All right. You're definitely talking about a person. Giggity. What's a gig? Demas. Demas. Do you have any idea what a gig is?
Gig is it's performance, it's music, maybe.
Usually music. That's
Yeah.
true. Okay. There's another word for gig. It's some kind of fishing tackle, fishing equipment, but I'm not even sure exactly what that is. Public performance, usually of music, but it doesn't have to be. Um, for example, somebody who's a caterer, who gets contracted jobs to deliver food, to prepare and deliver food to a party or a special event or something. You might call that a gig. Oh, I got a gig at a wedding next weekend. It's often used for music, especially bands and musicians. Could be used for other performances as well, other types of performance. A clown who does birthdays might say, I have a gig at a 5-year-old birthday party on Saturday. It's possible. Some kind of scheduled event, usually special event, it's in terms of that. All right, Dimas, can you try using it in a sentence?
Does that man play any gigs?
Sorry, again?
It's question. Does that man play any gigs?
Okay. 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 All right. Very important here, and thank you for the sentence, because even though they're going to play music at a gig, for example, we don't usually co-locate the verb play with the object noun gig. So it would be much more common to co-locate it with have. Does that man have any gigs? I have a gig next Saturday. Okay, so we usually co-locate this slang with have. I had a gig last Saturday, past tense, like that. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Talis, Josh.
All right.
Okay.
Josh. With
Josh.
What
With
is
SMB. Well, here in the Philippines, SMB is San Miguel beer, but here it's used as an abbreviation for somebody.
All right. So,
Okay.
Josh, I have the file you provided, so
Yeah.
so I can.
So you know.
Yeah. Yes. To tease someone. Yeah.
All right. To tease someone. Okay. Now we often use this. Now, of course, Josh, by the way, with a capital J, is a fairly common proper name, like John, Paul, Josh, short for Joshua. But in any case, as a slang, it's very common to use this like this, to say, I'm just joshing you. Okay, I'm just teasing you. I'm just kidding. All right. Or maybe to ask somebody, are you joshing me? I would not use this, okay, to josh, it's a verb. So I can't use it as a noun. Is that Josh? Are you? That doesn't make sense. It's definitely a verb, to josh.
Would you replace it in the situation you normally use bullshit or something like that? Like,
Not exactly.
No?
Not exactly. Okay, that's a fair question. Okay, you would replace it with kidding. I'm just pulling your leg. I'm just kidding you. I'm just teasing you. I'm just pulling your leg. Yeah, any of those. BSing someone, to say that in a more polite way, Dallas, if you're BSing someone, there's an element of bad very negative. You're BSing somebody because you're trying to trick them for your own purposes. There's joshing, teasing, pulling someone's leg is just for fun and humor. Part of to be humorous. BSing someone, there's some evil intentions, I guess.
And it's too rude, isn't it? Or no?
Usually. What's that?
Is it too rude to say BS?
Well, I wouldn't say it to my grandmother, and I wouldn't say it to my boss, probably. Well, depends how well I knew my boss. It's borderline, Tallis, and it depends on the company. If you're with strangers or clients or customers, don't use this word. Don't use this word in any kind of business letter or academic situation. Don't. Amongst friends, it's pretty normal, really.
I want to ask you if these slangs they are like used all over English-speaking countries, or is it something like more American or more English?
Okay. Harry's definitely used everywhere. Gig is definitely used everywhere. Gasbag is used everywhere. So is Josh. Americans tend. I'll try to keep that in mind as we continue, Tallis. It's a valid question. Josh would probably be used. I'm not even sure, but I know British use it, but I think it's more common for Americans. But yeah, so far they're pretty universal, what we've looked at. Can you use this in a sentence, Tallis?
Yes. That was just a that was just a Josh.
Okay, again, you can't use it as a noun. You can't say that was just a Josh.
I was just joshing you. So,
Yeah, like
alright.
that is a very, very normal way to use it. I was just joshing you. Or, commonly say, just joshing. Haha, just joshing.
Alright.
All right. Okay. Fair enough. All right, moving on. Ken, Jetset.
Jetset is kind of the celebrities or famous person, top CEO, people who use jet plane a lot, traveling around the world. That's Jetset.
That's it. Private jets, even.
A private, yeah.
Yeah, very good. This is an old slang. I think this started back when people first started doing this. I don't know, 50s or 60s or whatever. Okay.
So maybe the backpacker who traveling around the world cannot be a jet set. Even though, okay, the rich people. Okay.
Yeah. Rich, fashionable people who travel for pleasure, who go to Paris for lunch, that kind of thing.
Okay.
Why don't we go to Paris for lunch?
How about CEO or some celebrity travel around the world for their job? Not.
Yeah, well, okay, so most of these rich and fashionable people, I'm sure they travel both on business and for pleasure.
Okay.
Right? But the idea of jet set is really that they can do it whenever they want to. I think my example is very good. If they feel like having lunch in Paris, they can have lunch in Paris. As opposed to me, where that is, strictly speaking, impossible. Yeah. Okay. You want to try using it in a sentence?
Okay. I want to be a jet set, but I don't want to suffer from jet lag.
Okay. Okay. I want to be a jet setter.
Setter. Okay.
Right. Jet set it's a collective noun. All right. It's talking about the group of people like this. But if we want to talk about a specific person, like you, I want to be a jet setter. Okay. but I don't want jet lag. All right. Well, for those who don't know, what is jet lag?
Jet lag is a kind of sick feeling appears after the different going to the different time zone.
Yeah. Sick,
Yeah,
sick or tired.
sick and tired. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Exactly. All right. Very good. All right. The next one, there may be lots to talk about here. Carolina. Jam.
Jam? Jam?
Jam. Yes, jam. Now, first of all, there's lots of meanings for jam, even dictionary definitions, right? Carolina, can you think of some dictionary definitions for the word jam? Carolina, are you there?
Yes, congested? Crowded?
Well, okay. Jammed with people, or obviously you're thinking of traffic jam. Okay,
Uh-huh.
obviously the traffic, the vehicles are congested. That's correct. Okay.
And also, is the thing that you put on the toast? Marmalade?
Marmalade. Jam is made of fruit. That's
Yeah.
right. That's fruit and sugar. That's right. You put it on toast or whatever. That's correct. Jam is also refers to something that's stuck. I can't open the door. It's jammed.
Yeah.
All right. So that's very close to traffic jam. Okay.
And also, I heard that it's too difficult. Something is too difficult.
Okay. I'm
It's a jam.
in a jam, like that. Okay. And now we're getting to the slang-ish meanings. If you say I'm in a jam, can you lend me $10? All right. I'm in a difficult situation. That's right. Okay. And it has one more meaning that has to do with music, Carolina, and more of a slang meaning. Do you play a musical instrument?
No, teacher. I am not
Okay.
artist.
I'm not an artist, or I'm not artistic.
I am not artistic.
Okay, fair enough. Okay. Well, if you did play a musical instrument, okay, here we have the meaning a difficult situation, and I've kind of illustrated that. I'm in a jam, but there's another slang meaning. If you're going to, actually has two different meanings. If you're going to jam with your friends, then it means it's kind of a loosely based practice session. All right, a bunch of friends get together and nothing too structured. Also, if you go see a band, you go see a performance, and the band just plays ad hominem. They just play whatever, they're making it up as they go along. They're not following the written notes of the music. Then
like impromptu?
Like impromptu. Yes, exactly, impromptu. Jazz music, for example, it features a lot of jamming. They're impromptu, making it up as they go along. Sometimes related to that, though, the music idea, we use it as an adjective to say the music was really good. How was the concert? Oh, they jammed, man. They were jamming. Okay, I think Bob Marley has a record, a reggae song. We're jamming, we're jamming, we're jamming. I wanna jam it with you. Woo yeah. You like jamming? Okay. Rastafari. All right, go. Carolina, Do you like jamming? I hope you like jamming too.
Yes, I like jamming. Jamming?
Okay. Great. All right. Pick any usage you want. See if you can use it in a sentence.
Hmm. Eh, when I was at the school, I did a theater performance, but it was a jamming.
Okay. Um, when I was at school, I did an impromptu performance,
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
but
and a
it,
jam performance.
yeah. So you wouldn't need to say, you wouldn't really need to say all of that information. You wouldn't need to say I did an impromptu performance, um, uh, because it's kind of repetitive. All right. When I was at school, I jammed. Maybe who with? I jammed on stage. I jammed with the band, something like that.
Okay.
Um, we often use jam to talk about impromptu musical performance. We often use it in conjunction with a prepositional phrase of to show duration. Oh yeah, I went to see Pink Floyd and they jammed for a full hour. Okay, meaning that they did an impromptu musical improvisation that lasted for an hour. Um, okay, I jammed with the school band. I don't know, something like that. So we often define it with who or how long. Okay, all right. Jam on. Let's move on. V. V.
Yeah.
Do you have a nest egg?
Um, I didn't know this word before, but I guess that is something like the egg of the nest. So it must be something you save, you
Ah,
save for
there you go. There you go.
for for later issues. I think. Oh,
Money saved for the future or for retirement
yeah,
or for a rainy day.
yeah,
Okay. We often use the save something for a rainy day, meaning, right, if you have difficult times, financial times. Save for a rainy day. Yeah. That's, and it's a noun, so your nest egg is referring to the actual, okay, I have this much money saved in the bank, like that. Uh, so we often, when we use this in speaking, we, he's got a nice little nest egg. He's got a nest egg saved away. He's got a huge nest egg. We often co-locate it with something to show the size or amount. It's fairly common.
Mm-hmm. So
Uh,
maybe we use that like I have some nest egg or a nest egg.
okay. Well, uh, let's use that as your sentence. I have some nest egg. You wouldn't say some nest egg. Strangely, hmm, hmm, this is kind of strange. I have a
A nest egg.
nest egg. Strangely, although it makes sense
Yeah.
for it to
Just
be uncountable.
yeah.
Strangely, it is countable. Although nobody has more than one, that doesn't make sense. You can't say I have 2 nest eggs.
I cannot. You mean?
No,
Uh-huh.
you can't really say that. That makes no sense because nest egg means all the money that you have saved.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Okay. So I have a nest egg to save for a rainy day. Is that okay?
Yeah, it's a little redundant.
Oh yeah, because nest egg is something savings.
That's right.
Yeah, so I have a nest egg for a rainy day.
Uh,
I didn't use
yeah,
save again.
yeah, okay. Yeah, that's fine.
Uh-huh.
That would be fine. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. It's actually, I never thought about this before. It's very peculiar that this is a countable noun because it's something that people can only have one of. Odd. Okay. I guess you can talk about the nest eggs of all the employees amount to $1 million. I suppose that's possible. I guess that's why. All right. Anyway, that was a little odd. Roessa, take it over to you. Nippy. Any idea what nippy means? This is a word that basically is only a slang. It doesn't really have another kind of dictionary meaning. So we got to be direct here. Any idea what nippy is?
Nippy?
Yeah.
I'm not sure if I'm correct, but I think it's like something fast.
No, that's a good guess. It sounds like that. Yeah, good guess. But okay, I imagine that it probably gets pretty nippy at night in the desert in Saudi. Okay, what do you think I mean?
Cold?
Cold and chilly. Yeah, the desert gets cold at night. I know this. All right. All right, pretty direct. It means cold or chilly.
Last night was nippy.
Yeah, well, there you go. Yeah, a very direct adjective use. Last night. Oh, oops. Okay. Last night was nippy. All right. You often hear this. Oh, you better put on a hat. It's pretty nippy outside. Oh, something like that. Oh, I think you should take a taxi. It's kind of nippy. You don't want to walk out there tonight. Okay.
How often do you use it now?
It's very common for Americans or Brits also use this when we're like getting our kids ready for school, or when somebody's leaving the house. It's actually quite common. Oh, you better take a sweater. It's pretty nippy out. It's fairly normal in this situation. Actually, it's informal. Okay, it's definitely an informal conversational slang. Well, it's slang, so it would be. All right. Okay, taking it back around to Salwa again. No sweat. Okay. Interesting. Expression. Now, this slang is actually kind of an expression. Any idea what that means?
Yeah, no worries.
No worries. All right. You could definitely use no worries as kind of a synonym. No problem, no worries, no sweat. Now, we have to talk about when would we use this. We could use it as we use some of these, okay, no problem, no worries, as a way of saying you're welcome. Informal way of saying you're welcome. Oh, thanks for giving me a ride to the airport. No sweat. No problem. No worries. Okay. This is a very common usage, but there's one more use of that's a little bit different with no sweat that has to do more with the meaning of sweat. Well, do you know what sweat is, Salwa?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, when in hot weather, you sweat.
You sweat. You perspire. Is the more formal way to say that. Perspiration. All right. So if something's really easy and doesn't take much effort, we can also say no sweat. All right. Can you put the antenna on the roof? No sweat. It'll be easy for me. I know how to do it. Yeah, no sweat. So it also has another kind of common connotation that something will be easy. Okay. Oh, can you carry my groceries inside the house? No sweat. Sure, no sweat. All right. be easy. Okay, can you try using it in a sentence? Now, usually, of course, as I mentioned, it's used as kind of an expletive or an expression.
Okay. Um, can you install a new Windows for me? No sweat.
Yeah, all right. I want to show you another, okay. All right, I'm sorry. Yes, your example is perfect, but I want to show you another example where it's used a little differently. He carried the, what, 2 women across the river. No sweat. Okay, kind of a commentary. All right, he carried the 2 women across the river, no sweat. Okay, as a commentary that it was easy for him. I would say this because I'm surprised that he was able to do this. Wow, he carried the 2 women across the river, no sweat. All right, so it can be used that way as well.
Sorry, but is that like go figure? No sweat? Like
Is it like what? Go figure?
go figure.
Go figure. Well, that's interesting. Okay, go figure. All right, go figure is another expletive style. Definitely kind of slang, expletive style slang. Go figure. Not exactly the same. I mean, it could be used in my example here, but it would mean something slightly different. No sweat would mean it was easy for him. Go figure, what I would mean, he carried the 2 women across the river. Go figure. I don't know why he did it. Not, I don't know how he did it, or I'm surprised he did it easily. Go figure means, like, who would have known, or why, or what for? Okay. All right, John didn't show up to work today, and he called in to say that he had taken a plane to Paris. Go figure. Why did he do that? I have no idea. Okay. Yeah, when we don't really know the motivations or the reasons something happened, we use this expletive. Go figure. Okay, clear, Sawa?
Clear.
Okay. All right, thanks for bringing it up. It's an interesting point. Okay, Demas, are you still here? Demas, what is a no-hoper? Notice.
No hopper, it's a person without any hope to reach something.
Yeah, person who will never succeed in life. Wow, that's pretty harsh. Okay. All right. When I say that's pretty harsh, I mean that's pretty strong. So this is a pretty strong word, actually. Obviously, a very strong critique, very strong negative. Okay. Very similar idea to this no-hoper is the concept of a wannabe. Demas, do you know what a wannabe is?
Yeah, it's I want to be. Yeah.
Yeah, why? Yeah, somebody wants to be something else. Right. So somebody who's not good enough to actually be that, like a professional athlete or musician or something like that. Right. Then you're a wannabe. Very similar to concept. Okay, can you try using this in a sentence, Dimas?
Mm. He's a no hopper with good sense of humor.
That's funny. Okay. Okay. That's kind of funny. He's a no-hoper with a good sense of humor, but he's got a good sense of humor about it. All right. Yeah. Okay. That's fine. It's kind of funny. All right. All right. Talis, nuts.
All right. Nuts is. I didn't know nuts was slang. It's so uh, used, you know, uh, all over the
Yeah.
place. I thought it was like formal. Someone is nuts. Like
Yeah.
someone is crazy.
Crazy, insane. Yeah. Okay. Absolutely. Okay. Yes, it's widely used. Super common slang. Of course, nuts are a type of food that you eat. Whatever. Brazil nuts, walnuts, almonds. There are all kinds of nuts. Sure. But as a slang, this is extremely widely used. We also have some expletive expressions like nuts to that, meaning I'm not doing that. Nuts to that. Nuts to that idea. No way. Obviously, you're nuts. He must be nuts. He's driving me nuts. Driving me crazy. Okay. So lots of other expressions include the slang of nuts. Talis, can you try a sentence?
All right, I'll try uh, a different one. Okay, my teacher is driving me nuts. Driving me. Oh, okay. Driving me nuts.
Okay. That's all well and good, but Talis, if you're going to be using the ing of the main verb, you're using present continuous tense, which is fine, but you've forgotten the verb to be. The
Or
teacher
is
is.
driving me nuts or drives me nuts, right?
Oh, that's right. You could say is driving me nuts, and then you have the idea of now, or the broader sense of now, or my teacher drives me nuts, the sense that this is a regular, normal situation for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Could be either way. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay. Moving on. Ken, off the wall. Huh. Okay.
The Wall is Michael Jackson's album title.
Okay. Michael Jackson is off the wall.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
That fits.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe extraordinary or eccentric. I don't know.
Yeah, you're definitely in the right
Mhm.
direction. Okay. Michael Jackson is eccentric. Why is Michael Jackson eccentric and not just nuts?
Because he's rich and famous.
That's exactly correct, Ken. Right. So as long as you've got enough money, you're eccentric. But if you're poor, you're just nuts. Okay. Eccentric or extreme, unconventional. So a person can be off the wall, but also often we use this about, oh man, the party last weekend was off the wall. They had a giant bubble machine mounted on the roof. They had a skateboard ramp that ejected people into the pool. Whatever. Okay, off the wall. You might use it the same way. You might say over the top.
Mhm.
Over the top has a little bit of a connotation of being too much,
Mm.
too extreme, too eccentric. Okay, very similar. Okay, so all right. Who else is off the wall? Can you think of any other personalities that could be described as off the wall?
Off the wall. Steve Jobs.
Some may say that, I suppose.
Yeah, sometimes his action is off the wall, was off the wall. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's fair. All right. Also, people like Marilyn Manson, definitely off the wall.
Mm-hmm.
Lady Gaga,
Mm-hmm.
kind of off the wall. Katy Perry has her moments. Yeah, okay. All right. Let's try it in a sentence.
Off the album Off the Wall was the off the wall album at that time.
I'll edit slightly for length at that time. Okay. That's interesting. Okay, off the wall at that time. Okay, many things in society and culture are much more accepted than they used to be. So this is actually part of the meaning. That's very good. Something could have been off the wall 40 years ago, and it's just kind of normal now, right?
Right.
Okay, that's a very good. That's a very good point, and very true. We can also use it off the wall as an adjective. For example, his off the wall comments during meetings are going to get him into trouble. Like that. That would also be a common usage. Okay. Off the wall behavior, off the wall comments. So it's also commonly used as an adjective like that. All right. Great. Carolina, on the mend.
I think it's to recover for illness.
Okay.
Getting better.
Yep. Recovering from an illness, getting better. All right. Okay. We use this to talk about somebody who was injured before and they are recuperating. Recuperating would be a pretty much exact synonym. Okay. Can you use it in a sentence?
I am on the mend because I had cold last week.
Okay. Because I had a cold last week, there's nothing wrong with that, and that's a correct sentence. I just want to show you that we often use this in conjunction with the preposition from. I am on the mend from a cold last week is a more common way to express it with the slang phrase. On the mend from a broken leg, on the mend from a car accident last month. That's very common. Okay, V, on the rocks.
I think that is the opposite of all the men.
The opposite of what?
All the men. The previous one. Is that right? All the men.
Okay. Well, I would never think of it that way. Usually on the mend is used for physical problems. Okay. Whereas on the rocks is used for much more abstract ideas. On the rocks has two. Physically does have a meaning. Okay.
Yeah. So it means I think figuratively that I can imagine that if you step on the rock, it must be painful.
Yeah. Okay. Well, it's more, okay, V, when you imagine this slang, it's much more associated with the ideas of ships in the ocean. When a ship is on the rocks, it's in deep trouble. It's in big trouble.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the big trouble.
All right, so facing difficulties, especially a relationship or a business. Their marriage is on the rocks is a very common expression. They've separated. Didn't you hear? Bob and Mary are on the rocks right now. They separated like that. Or it could be...
Who is Mary?
Mary, M-A-R-Y, the wife.
The wife?
Bob, B-O-B, the husband. Okay, their marriage on the rocks is a very common phrase. If you're okay, business is on the rocks is possible. More often than not, though, we'd be talking about a um, a business partnership. Okay, being on the rocks. We also have the collocation a rocky relationship. They have a rocky relationship. Very, very common as well.
But
There's
rock
another.
and roll, yeah.
Sorry.
Rock and roll is another
Rock and
matter.
roll. That's another matter altogether. There is another meaning for on the rocks. Do you have any idea? B?
On the rock.
Do you ever drink whiskey?
Yes, I have.
You do? Yeah.
I like wine.
Okay.
I'm interested in wine.
Okay, well, never mind wine, because you probably wouldn't have wine on the rocks, but you might have whiskey on the rocks. It means on ice, usually an alcoholic beverage.
Yeah.
On
And you
the
put
rock.
some ice. And you put some ice into
right.
your glass. Yeah. So we say whiskey on the rocks.
That's right.
We say that to the bartender or the
That's
waiter.
right.
Yeah. Thank you.
Exactly correct. And the opposite of that would be straight up.
Straight up, without ice.
Without ice. Right.
Straight up.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Sure. You want to try a sentence?
Yeah. My relationship is on the rock, so I go to a honky to call a whiskey on the rocks.
So what?
The honky is that the white joints in the U.S. The honky for the cowboys. I'm not sure if I honky. Yeah.
So what? Okay, the hunky. Okay, I think you mean honky tonk, maybe?
Yeah, honky tonk. Yeah, that's it. I went to the honky tonk.
Honky tonk. Wow, I haven't heard that one in a long time.
Yeah, because I watched some cowboys movie and they mentioned about that.
Okay, well, that's a very that's a very cowboy kind of thing to say. As a matter of fact, the honky tonk. A honky tonk is a kind of a cheaper, more rundown bar that plays music.
Yeah, but is that O-N key? I think that is U-N K-Y.
I don't know.
I think
okay.
it's like honky.
My Microsoft is telling me that it's like this.
Oh yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Microsoft says it's like this. Yeah. Okay. A honky tonk. Okay. Oh, we're out of time. All right. Rolesta. Oh, are you there? Peanuts. Real quick. What are peanuts? If you work for peanuts, what does that mean?
No, I don't have idea about it this time.
Very little money. It's quite specific.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I only make peanuts at my job. I'm working for peanuts. Working for peanuts is like an elephant, okay, in a circus. Working for peanuts is the normal collocated phrase. Okay, we're out of time. In fact, we're over time, so I must bid you adieu. Thank you very much, and I'll be back with another class in just a couple minutes.